What's your advice, or what advice do you have on building culture when a team works completely remote?
I mean, the same advice I would have building culture when they work in front of your fucking face. You identify a set of core values that you stand for. You speak about your culture in those terms of core values. You correct in terms of those core values. You hire and fire in terms of those core values. I think what they're asking is like, whoever's asking that doesn't understand culture. They think it's like team building, office birthdays,
donuts in the coffee room.
It's Karen's birthday today. Let's all go sing happy birthday. They think that's culture. Right. Whoever asked that. Because there is no difference in building culture remotely or in person, or fucking any of it. It's all the same in these time of days.
Yeah.
So, high standards and core values.
That's it. And live by them.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Make the best decisions you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to agree with every fucking decision you make. Your job is to make the best decision. You know? And living by core values, by the way, like one of our core values is loyalty. All right. People think that means like loyalty to me. No, it doesn't. It means loyalty to the core values, and it means loyalty to each other.
Right.
And people don't understand, like, just because someone else violates that loyalty doesn't mean that you change who the fuck you are in the judgment of that person.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, they broke the core values. Fucking fire them. Okay. Well, you go fire them then.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a little different fucking tune when people got to fucking make those decisions.
Fuck yeah, it's easy to say.
Yeah. I'm just saying, core values set the standard of which we all strive to live by. They are not something that we always live by with infallibility, right? We will fail. We will make mistakes. We will veer off the course. Those core values serve to bring us back on course and move us in the same direction. Whatever the fuck those are for you, that's how you have to run your business. And if you want to really get an answer to that question, join fucking Arte, because I go into it in depth. It's a year-long program for you to understand how to do culture properly. That person should be an Arte. What do you think?
No, I totally agree. I mean, I think what they're thinking is that you have to physically be in someone's presence in order to communicate core values. And that's just not, I mean, obviously there are benefits to that,
bro,
but that's
what I'm
not
saying is
necessary.
that, like, most of these people do not even understand. They don't even understand what culture means.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand how to use core values or how to live by them. Some people think that if you violate a core value, you should be fucking terminated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, dude, it's insane. Like,
Right.
it's insane how, like, people have so many misunderstandings of how this works. And they say, well, Andy, why don't you ever teach it? I do teach it.
Mm-hmm.
I just ain't teaching to you for fucking free.
Right.
No
Okay.
shit.
Because it's the most fucking valuable thing I could ever fucking teach you. So if you want to learn it, join my fucking group, because no one's going to teach you this shit for free, because it's a fucking big deal.
Yeah. And I would absolutely say that,
I give away more free shit than anybody, but I can
Yeah.
tell you this, I ain't giving that away for fucking free.
and there's no question that the people in Arte would say that culture is the key to scaling.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. How do you, the biggest question I get when people come in here, every single fucking time, it's the same question. Where do you get all these people? How do you hire these people? Andy,
where do you find them?
How do you hire people? How do you find these people? Like, where do you get them? Where do you think I have a fucking quality people fucking farm? I just go over there and fucking pick them? Fucking idiots.
All right, but that's ready. Come on,
Yeah, this is about character development. It's about fucking personality development. It's about bringing humans in and making them fucking better versions of themselves. And if you don't take an interest in that, in your business, at this point in time, the way the world is, you will get beat by people who do. It's a fact. So if you're a business owner and you don't really understand how to build culture, you better learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I only know one motherfucker that's really great at teaching it.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to look at him in the fucking mirror every day. So
It's the same though, bro. How many, like, probably
what's the best skill I have, bro?
Was it building culture?
That's it.
Yeah. And leadership, which I would put those together,
you.
but it is crazy. Like 99% of the businesses out there are still hiring people according to book smarts, college, and experience.
Or
Oh,
now it's by fucking just skin color, sexual
right.
orientation.
Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I mean,
the truth.
yeah. If you buy into that shit, you'll lose.
Right.
If you buy into anything other than fucking putting the best people in the fucking, it's competitive, dude.
Yeah.
It's competitive out here. Like, out here in the real world, not in this fucking fake ass academia world. In the real world, it's cutthroat. You don't put the best people and you start putting people in positions because it makes you feel better about shit or whatever, you're going to fucking get beat. So the better policy for you is to cultivate fucking tremendous talent with the people that you have and make them great.
Yeah.
No matter what their skin color, no matter who they like to have sex with, no matter what they like to wear. They like to wear a dress. I don't give a fuck. If you come in here and you're the fucking best, I don't care what you fucking wear. I don't even care if you come in. All I care is that you fucking win.
Right.
And you're a good person and you stand for these things. Are you going to make mistakes? I know you're going to make mistakes when you fucking come in here. How do I look at mistakes, Vaughn?
Opportunity to learn.
And how do I see that? It's an investment in our fucking company.
Right.
If I fired everybody every time they make a fucking mistake, not a single motherfucker in this building would have a job. You know, and what's funny is when it comes to the core values and people think, oh, well, so-and-so violated this core value or that. What do they say about sin in the Bible, bro?
Let he who was without sin cast the first
But what do they
stone.
say about the degrees of sin? There is no degree of sin.
Sin is
A
sin.
sin is a fucking sin. And it doesn't matter what the fuck that person did. It doesn't matter what they do. It's what matters is they learn their lesson, not fucking do it again.
Right. And everybody else does too.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Like, dude,
bro,
the amount of hypocrisy that's in this world, it astounds me. Because I see people online every day calling for this consequence or that consequence or this consequence or judging people for this and that and this, and then calling themselves a good Christian. Like, it disgusts me, dude.
Yeah, but
Who
if
Jesus
they were
hang
in
out
the
with,
seat-
bro? Who Jesus hang out with?
sinners. Yeah. That's why I hang out with you guys.
Well, bro, like,
By the way, bro, I got to tell you,
that was the first funny joke you ever told.
I know.
Yeah.
Mark it down. But listen,
Give him the
You a
trophy.
trophy.
Yeah, give him the trophy.
People have to understand, man, like this ain't a fucking game.
right.
Like, and you know, our life is not a game and how we treat people is not a game. And we will all be judged based off of how we operate in the real life. And like a big problem that I see in the world is the level of hypocrisy that's fucking out there, bro. It's crazy. Like, people think they're good. People think they're really good people until someone does something they don't agree with. And then they abandon everything that they stand for and judge that person in a heart.
Yeah.
That's not your place.
Give them the death penalty.
That's not your fucking place.
Right. But if it was them, if it was switched around,
I'd say something different.
they want grace, they want mercy.
That's
they want-
right.
Yeah.
You should judge people. We talked about this in text just the other day, bro. Remember?
Yeah.
What did I say? You should judge people how you'd like to be judged because you're going to fuck up too.
Yeah. That's real, man. Andy, Vaughn, our third and final question for you. Andy, should partnerships be 50-50 split straight down the middle at all times, or should they be equal to input? So the backstory is I'm about to get into business with a great longtime friend. We both know who's the face and we both know who's the backstage producer. Should I have more ownership?
I don't know. It depends on the agreement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every agreement that comes down to your ability to negotiate.
Yeah.
Like, it comes down to a lot of different factors. Like, you know, I'm a very generous person when it comes to those kind of arrangements. Like, I want everybody to win. I think the right way to be is that your whole team fucking wins. I think that if you're only winning alone and you're operating from a place of like, I want all the money, I want all the recognition, you're going to fucking lose no matter what. So, like, for me, I don't enter partnerships and try to get the most that I can. I try to enter partnerships that are going to be the best beneficial to getting the job done.
So you focus more on the output than input.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And because, dude, you know, I don't fuck with things that aren't going to be in the fucking 10-figure range.
Right.
Like, I don't
Right.
fuck with $1 million ideas anymore, or even 10 million or 100 million. I fuck with $1 billion ideas.
Right.
Okay. So I look at it like this. If I'm going to partner with you and we're going to do something that's in the billions, we're all going to make money. I'm not really that fucking worried about it.
Right.
So that's how, as long as it's fair, I try to be fair.
Yeah.
You know, fair is not what's most for me and least for you. Fair is what's good for you and also good for me. And we're both happy.
Right.
You know, it's one thing that Trump's, you know, I've read all Trump's books. And one of the things that he agrees that he thinks, which him and I disagree with 100% here, he thinks a good deal is what's best for him.
Right.
And to get the most for him. And that's not what I consider to be a great deal. And I've never operated that way. It's not what I don't know. I think it's better to do it the way I think. And I've been successful that way. Now he's a lot more successful, but he's also 75 years old. We'll see where I'm at when I'm 75.
Yeah, no shit.
So,
I mean, does that change though when it comes down to like having to make decisions for the company, right? Like
Well, now you're talking two different things because there has to be an order of, operations or an operational agreement of who has to say what, who, because look, dude, if you run a company by committee, you're going to come out with watered down products. All right. Like, here's what I mean by that. So let's say you have a board of directors and we're putting everything to a fucking vote. Everything. Every decision to a vote. Right.
Yeah.
What you're going to end up with is a bunch of mediocre ideas because what's going to happen is one guy's going to say one thing and this lady over here is going to say this. And then everybody else is going to figure out a compromise about what that, and what that does is that creates products that no one cares about, products, marketing that is not interesting. This is, when they start playing the political correct game, it doesn't impact people. It's very fucking like vanilla and you get crushed. All right. So what you should do is have a system where you get feedback, but also ultimately one person who is capable and skilled and smart makes the decision. And that's why leadership is such a nuanced art, because you have to know as a leader when your team is right or when you are right. Right? Like, for example, Madat told me yesterday not to air the show pretty much. Right. So you could have done, I think it could be a lot better. I air the show, fucking people love it.
Right.
That was my decision.
Right.
Nothing against him.
Not that you didn't vow.
I listened to him.
Right.
In fact, I even tried to recut the show and it just wasn't happening the way that it was. So I said, no, fuck it. We're airing it. And it turns out like that was the right decision. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's nothing against him.
I say it's not that you don't value
but
his
there's
opinion.
times where he would say, I didn't like it. And guess what we didn't do?
Yeah.
We didn't fucking air the show.
Right.
So you have to understand the nuance of decision-making when you're the CEO. So what you're talking about is basically chain of command.
Right.
And ownership equity. They're two different fucking things. Like, you can have a different person in charge of the decisions that is not the majority owner of your company.
Got it. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're talking about two complete different things. Usually they're not they're the same thing in most companies, especially small to middle-sized companies. But in reality, they're two different things, because if you're a shitty leader, like, for example, let's just say I'm a shitty leader, okay, and I'm not effective. Or let's say something happened where I couldn't be effective, right? And Sal couldn't be effective. I would have to go out and find someone who is capable of doing that job. What's their job? Their job is not to rule with an iron fist. Their job is to observe, hear, listen, pay attention, and then make the right decision.
Right.
Their job is, like, people get the wrong idea of what an actual leader or a CEO is supposed to do. You're not supposed to dictate. You're supposed to observe, gather information, create the proper strategy, listen to everybody, what they think, value their own opinions. I value what Syed says. I value what Keith says. I value what you say. I value what Vaughn says. I value what Joe says. And I value what Madat says. That's our team in this room, right?
Right.
I value everybody. That is no guarantee that I'm going to listen to any of you.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But I understand that these guys are all pretty fucking smart. So if how many times have you guys brought shit up and I'm like, damn, that's a fucking good idea. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't rely, like, that's low level leadership when you
It's an ego thing.
Yes. And most CEOs are that way, by the way.
Yeah.
And most presidents too. So, which is why the fuck we're here.
Hey guys, do me a favor. If you enjoyed that clip, if it made you laugh, if it made you think, if it made you have a new perspective, go over to iTunes. Check out the full length podcast. You're going to like it.